You ever wonder what the gold standard for relationships really looks like? Today, we're diving into this idea of a super partnership, a connection that's built on something incredibly powerful, emotional safety. So let's unpack what that actually means. Okay, get this. Researchers have this amazing term for when two securely attached people get together. They call them the Supermates of Evolution. It's such a cool idea, right? It suggests this isn't just a relationship that survives, it's one that truly thrives, giving both people a kind of evolutionary edge. So, what is it that defines this gold standard? Well, it's all about a specific kind of emotional wiring, one that completely changes the game for how two people can connect. At the heart of it all is this concept of secure attachment. And really all that means is you have low anxiety about, being left, and you have a low avoidance of getting close to someone. It's this deep down belief that you're absolutely worthy of love and that you can genuinely trust your partner to show up for you. And this is so crucial. This isn't about being some perfect couple that never argues. Not at all. It's about creating what experts call a safe haven. And that's just a space built on reliability and warmth, where you don't have to constantly wonder or fight for your partner's affection. It's just there. It's the default setting. But here's the thing. Not everyone gets to this secure place the same way. As we're about to see, there are actually two very different journeys to get there. Which, just begs the question, right? If this is the gold standard we're all aiming for, how in the world do you get there? Is it just luck of the draw, something you're born with, or is it something you can actually build? Well, turns out there are two main paths. On one side, you've got the continuous secure. These are people who, for the most part, grew up feeling emotionally safe. For them, security is just their baseline. It's what they've always known. But then you have the earned secure. These are folks who might have come from a really tough past, but they did the hard, intentional work to build a secure way of being. For them, security isn't a baseline. It's a massive achievement. And this is where it gets really interesting. The person who becomes earned secure develops a kind of superpower. It's called metacognitive awareness. It sounds fancy, but it just means the ability to think about your own thinking. Because they've had to process their past, they've learned to understand their own mind with this incredible clarity and resilience. It's a game changer. So this whole journey of earning your security, it's not just about healing from the past. It's about gaining these incredible strengths that totally transform you and your relationships. This journey comes with three huge rewards. First, you get to break destructive family cycles. Second, you create what's called a secure buffer effect. And third, you build this amazing resilience against whatever life throws at you. Let's break those down. First up, breaking the cycle. This is just monumental. When a person earns their security, they are literally stopping the domino effect of attachment trauma from being passed down to the next generation. Think about that. You're rewriting the emotional rulebook for your entire family line. Then you've got the secure buffer effect. Because you've learned how to manage your own nervous system, you become this calming presence, a biological regulator for the people you love. Your own calm can literally help soothe your partner's anxiety, raising the happiness level for everyone around you. It's pretty amazing. And finally, resilience. Look, life is going to throw curveballs. That's a given. But the skills you pick up on this journey, like being able to really understand what's going on in your own head and in other people's, well, it's like putting on an extra layer of psychological armor. It keeps you steady when things get rocky. So what happens when two secure people have a disagreement? This is where a lot of people get it wrong, and we need to clear this up. Yeah, people hear about a super partnership and they imagine it's just this conflict-free utopia. So does having the secure bond mean you just never fight anymore? Nope, not even close. The difference isn't that they don't have conflict. It's about the quality of that conflict. Secure couples still fight. They just do it in a way that actually strengthens their bond instead of threatening it. They tend to use 5 core principles. First, they always show that they care about their partner's feelings, even when they're mad. Second, they attack the problem, not the person. Third, they steer clear of those toxic words like always and never. Fourth, they stay in the conversation instead of shutting down. And finally, they communicate their own feelings directly using I statements. And all of this leads to the real secret sauce. It's not about avoiding conflict. It's about mastering something called interactive repair. That's the skill of noticing when there's a tiny disconnect and just fixing it right then and there. That constant cycle of breaking and repairing is the true hallmark of a super partnership. So, after all of this, what's the big takeaway? Well, the focus actually ends up shifting away from the couple and back to what's happening inside each person. The goal here isn't to reach some perfect, flawless relationship and then you're done. It's about a mutual commitment to keep growing, to keep connecting, and to keep repairing day after day. It's a process, not a destination. And this, right here, is probably the most empowering message in all of this. Your past, no matter how hard it was, does not have to be your destiny. Security isn't just something you have or you don't. It can be learned. It can be earned. And ultimately, the biggest prize for doing this work isn't just a better relationship with someone else. It's building this unshakable core of self-worth inside yourself. You basically install your own internal generator of validation, so you're no longer dependent on the outside world to tell you you're okay. Which leaves us with one last idea to really chew on. So many of us are taught to be afraid of being vulnerable, to see it as this huge weakness. But what if that's all wrong? In this world of earned security, you learn something incredible. What if that vulnerability isn't a trap at all, but the very heartbeat of real, true intimacy?
Hi, I'm John, and this is IWillHeal. Our curriculum features something for everyone. We know that your pathway to attachment transformation is specific to your pairing. Whether you're an FA with a BA partner or an AP recently discarded by a BA, we have you covered. Say for a while, and we hope you'll say, even if for the first time, I will heal.